I'm in Diamond City. Specifically, I'm in the part of Diamond City called Home Plate. It's the house that you can buy here. It's apparently not marked on the map. I thought it was marked on the map. Normally it's a fast travel location, but it's survival, so no fast travel. Unfortunately, I can't bring any followers here, and I can't really... this isn't like a settlement. This isn't a fully functional settlement, but it is a nice stop-off, so let's say I don't want to hoof it over to Hangman's Alley or I have business in Diamond City, and I can just chill here. However, it comes with all this crap. So, I'm gonna clean this up, but then the next thing is we gotta go talk to Piper and Nick Valentine about this whole mercenary that I sort of accidentally killed before getting any information from him. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. So we're back. We're here to check out Piper's office, public occurrences. Have a nice chat. Hopefully Nick's here. I don't know, he wasn't in Hangman's Alley where I left him.
Whoa! Nicky Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy?
What up?
So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
Oh man. Yeah.
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my son. But that wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
I have bad news about that.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him in alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
I mean...
There's no way that could ever work.
Stay with me on this. We get a piece of Kellogg's gray matter and take it to Amari. Then we see if she's got the goods to pull this off.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Now, conveniently, when you go to loot Kellogg's body, there's just sort of some bits, like some cybernetic bits. I picked those up. It wasn't weird, I promise.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh?
And I took it, like a normal
Just
person.
won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with you?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
Alright, Nick, I'm taking you.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me.
I'm gonna hope Piper goes back to Hangman's Alley, actually. Because That's you know, that's where I left her. And Nick's just gonna wander off into Piper's office, but that's fine. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Piper's gone. Anyway, the path to Good Neighbor is full of stuff that I've already cleared. So it will not be a problem to get over there. So I'm just gonna do that off camera, and or you know, maybe I'll record it and speed the footage up and it'll be hilarious. So that wasn't too bad now, was it? Other than that one legendary dog, that just, you know, that was pretty easy to dispatch. But we're here, Good Neighbor.
I heard you walk that freedom trail.
Yeah, I did walk the Freedom Trail. Anyway, this is the memory den.
History buff.
This is where we need to be. Load screen. So fun fact, if
Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten.
if you haven't joined the railroad yet and met
May have
Deacon,
walked out of the den.
he's in one of these
but
pods when you
never
show up.
Walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Alright, Nick flirts with that lady. Where do we go?
Here for Amari, she's downstairs.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Dr. Amari?
Yes? Wait, I know you. You're on the railroad. What's this all about?
Me? I'm in the railroad? Yeah, yeah,
This one's all yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse. You don't realize
I
that the
did that part
memory
already.
simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Yeah!
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Huh.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth. But Institute technology being what it is, the brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Sure.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Got it. Oh, hey.
Let's
Hell yeah.
Nice.
see here.
I thought there was something here like that. Anyway, before we get going on this trip down memory lane, as it were.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded, It appears the Institute has one last failed.
Science!
There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Cool.
Is Nick gonna be okay?
Yes, the connections appear to be stable. Hopefully it'll be as simple as unplugging the implant once we're done. But that doesn't get around the current
Once we're
problem.
done, you say.
The memory encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Sure!
Alright. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
Oh, I love it when the
On
doctor
other
says,
side.
we'll give it a shot. Wait, is that the one? Oh, that's Nick's. Okay. What up? Let's go inside this dead guy's brain! Hey, this feels like when I was getting frozen. I don't like this very much. Hey, wait. Hold up. I'm having second thoughts!
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
Cool, that makes sense! Am I dead?
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
I can't go third person in this. But if I'm being totally honest,
This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
this is one of my favorite segments in the game. I love it when Bethesda just kind of takes the formula they have, takes the...
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
That's why I can't go first person, or third person. But, like, Bethesda takes their normal engine and they do weird shit like this. Like, in Fallout 3, the best example of that was Point Lookout, where they had this long, extended, like, hallucination sequence where you're on this weird swamp drug. And they just made the engine do weird stuff. I love it.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
Dad was either drunk or not around.
Now we get Kellogg's
I guess he
voiceover.
must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I
Standard
should have.
bitter mercenary monologue.
Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
A reminder, the NCR is the new California
People are always
Republic.
hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened
Yeah, let's
to her
joke
after
about
I
that.
left.
Cool.
I didn't want to know. Not then.
Yeah, so the NCR is the major stabilizing force out
What
west.
Joke.
The main feature
What's
of
it mean, Mom?
Fallout New Vegas.
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
And here they're talking about the
Teacher
unification
at
of the
school
West
said the
at
NCR
the
would
hands of the
bring back the good
NCR.
old days, like before the big war. Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching
Twaddle?
you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie.
Ah!
Take this.
Wait, no!
You're old enough. You're the man of the family now.
That's a terrible idea.
It's your job to protect us.
No, that's
Your
really outdated
father's
gender roles.
useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise.
You've always been my
And then he did.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
Yeah, this ain't it.
There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence.
Bum bum bum.
There.
Anyway, it's fun that you get this kind of backstory on Kellogg after the fact, because it's not like there was any way to do it while he was alive. All through the power of science! Huh.
I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town.
The hub was a major
world
town in
at my
Fallout 1 and
feet.
2.
Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez.
I don't remember who that
I could
is.
write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while.
Bum bum bum.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
It's not gonna be
The thing
fine.
about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean,
Don't
you may
it
think
always
to
seem to
yourself
go?
that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or
Had a kid.
next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
Bummer.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her.
Well,
If
you're
she'd
not
never
wrong.
met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me.
Yeah, probably.
Almost certainly lived longer.
Oh yeah.
I
100%.
don't know anybody here, and now
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
oh, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing?
They don't.
kind of green.
They are.
But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the She. A lot of standing around looking
The She,
tough.
one of the major factions in
No,
San
you sure
Francisco.
picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this?
Again with the gun.
This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
It's funny, with the gun control debates
I
going on
know.
right now in our country,
I'm sure we're gonna
the
be really
U.S.
happy here.
I'm an American.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got it.
Anyway, if I remember
Let's
correctly,
keep looking.
the She
I'll connect
are...
you to the next intact memory.
Come on, Dr. Mario, let me talk. The She are actually a group of Chinese soldiers who got trapped here when their nuclear submarine basically got stranded in the middle of the Great War. And they kind of set up shop in San Francisco with the leader of their faction basically being the submarine's onboard AI. They're cool people, but I haven't really played Fallout 2, so I don't know much about them. Anyway, all of this is a good way of showing how we can't forgive Kellogg for what he's done, but we can, I suppose, lament what was lost when he became who he was. Still a dick, and he deserved to die, though.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
Yeah, bummer.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Many years later.
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
Mind if...
I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
We sit down?
I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. Suit yourself.
Look, I don't think this is it. Can we keep going?
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Again, he got a contract, whatever. Here we go.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
Yeah, you and your alt-right blog.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything.
Because they're not on the
They had
surface,
the
guys.
resources I needed. And I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Which suited me just fine.
I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
Oh, cool, you can see the memories.
You do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748. Initiate.
Yeah. Early model synths, not that great.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here.
To be fair, I didn't give you
There's
much
one
brain
that
to start
looks
with.
mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override
Oh.
initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me.
Hey, that's me.
I made sure they knew it.
Vault computers.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders.
Minor plot hole.
Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
You're still working. That's good.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her.
Your child, Mary.
Yeah, I'm a
Back in San
cold-hearted
Francisco.
bastard for sure, but still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
No, it wasn't.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive.
Well, it was just.
I
Oh, just
understood
fuck
that
you.
kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some
Does that actually look
soft,
like me?
pre-war vault dweller.
I'm wearing a helmet
even
for a
if
long
he
time.
somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too.
You're not wrong.
If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Anyway, we're not gonna watch this scene
Hopefully it's
again.
all just
I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, if you sit and watch the whole thing, she apologizes for making you go through that.
Is that your
This whole
son?
setup in Diamond City
This
was part
appears
of
to be
some
the very
elaborate
recent
plan
memory.
of the old man's.
Overlapping
Good
voiceover.
news, I think.
Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works.
The old man, you say.
I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were.
This old man.
Me
You're hearing
and
about
the
this old
kid.
man.
Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back.
You're an asshole.
I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Alright. Anyway, now's the big reveal. How did the Institute get here? How do they move around so easily? Big reveal? The big reveal.
Kellogg. It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in.
They'll look like extras from the Matrix.
They were killing machines. Pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil.
Clue!
We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this.
Good choice of song.
Capture and
It's all over but the
return,
crying.
just elimination.
Elimination. He was working on a highly
that?
classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Stand next to me and hold still.
That's me. I'm the father.
Okay.
Hey. 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 Oh, you teleported over there. And speaking of teleporting.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
You won't!
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there.
Yeah, anytime.
As soon as you're ready.
Ah, cool. Yeah, we're done here. See, Kellogg was a dick. Nothing... Oh! How long was I in there? Yikes.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Not great.
I have this burning feeling inside my skull. It's like it's on fire.
That's not surprising. All the synapses in your brain have just been pulled apart, connected to someone else, and then pulled back together.
Again.
I injected you with
Science!
a large stim pack while I was pulling you out. That should ease things. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Let's skip to the big bit.
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
Well, shit.
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Well... So the Glowing Sea is the area southwest of the Commonwealth. It's just a blasted wasteland. This is a wasteland, capital W. This is a wasteland, all caps. Horribly radiated. You can't really walk around very far. Horrible stuff there. You need a hazmat suit or power armor, or you will just die.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it.
We're gonna have to go there,
the radiation
obviously.
in the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Amari's
if you're going
brilliant.
to follow him.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna do it.
I'll find a way to get through the
I have a
lab.
hazmat suit.
Don't
I've been
worry.
carting one around
Good
for
luck.
ages.
And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Oh god, Nick. Oh, Nick. Nick, I am so sorry. Yeah, the Glowing Sea. We're gonna hold off on that for a little while. Anyway, hey Nick. How's it going?
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What did you say?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Amari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
We have to head into the Glowing Sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
That's not an option. We're in survival mode. That will kill me.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
So, the first time that I had that happen, first time I went through this quest, I got that dialogue from Nick, and I just about shat my pants. And I, in fact, dismissed him as a companion for a while. I did not pick him up again for a while. I traveled with someone else, and I didn't want to take that risk. It was a weird way of opening that door, Nick. But that is the end of it. He never gets repossessed by Kellogg. It was just a one-time phantom, Thank God. I am apparently very hungry. So, we're gonna take a sec, regroup here in Good Neighbor, and we're probably gonna move on to some other quests, because right now... look, so we're here, this is Good Neighbor, this is Diamond City. Here's the edge of the glowing sea. Here is where we're going. Here. Note how the map ends here. We're going here. So I'm going to take my sweet time on that. At any rate, we'll worry about that in another video.